Welcome to Next Line Reports. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The world watches with bated breath as Philippine Coast Guard vessels, dwarfed by the imposing presence of larger Chinese ships, face off in the churning waters of the West Philippine Sea. Each encounter is a high-stakes drama, unfolding in real time on the global stage. Horns blare through the salty air, echoing across the waves as tension crackles between rival crews. Every maneuver, every shouted command, adds to the charged atmosphere aboard these patrol boats, where nerves are stretched taut and every second counts. This isn't just about fishing rights or invisible lines drawn on a map, it's about the immense wealth hidden beneath the seabed. Vast reserves of oil and natural gas lie below, promising fortunes and energy security for whoever controls them. The stakes are not just national, but global. These confrontations are growing more frequent, more aggressive, and more dangerous. Each close call risks sparking a wider conflict, as both sides refuse to back down. Filipino fishermen, who have relied on these waters for generations, are being driven from their traditional grounds. Supply missions, vital for isolated communities, are blocked by intimidating foreign vessels, threatening livelihoods and food security. China's message is unmistakable. It claims these waters as its own, despite rulings by international courts and the protests of neighboring nations. Its ships patrol relentlessly, asserting dominance and testing the resolve of the Philippines. For the Philippines, this is more than a territorial dispute. It is a fight for economic survival, for sovereignty, and for the right to determine its own future. Every patrol is a statement of national pride and determination. At the heart of this conflict lies the Reed Bank, or Recto Bank, a resource-rich area well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. Its potential could transform the nation's energy landscape, reducing dependence on foreign oil. Yet, Chinese vessels shadow Philippine ships as if the waters are their own, creating a dangerous and unpredictable standoff. The risk of miscalculation is ever present. Every Philippine patrol is an act of defiance, a declaration of national resolve in the face of overwhelming odds. These sailors know the risks, but their commitment never wavers. The courage and determination etched on the faces of these sailors is a testament to the nation's spirit. They stand as guardians of their people's hopes and dreams. The outcome of this struggle will shape not only the country's future, but also the price of energy for every Filipino family. The promise of affordable power and economic growth hangs in the balance. The sea that once sustained generations of Filipino fishermen now holds the key to a new era of prosperity. But that promise is shadowed by uncertainty and risk. That key is fiercely guarded, not just by the Philippines, but by a growing international presence. Unlocking it will demand not only courage, but also the support and cooperation of allies around the world. The West Philippine Sea is more than a flashpoint. It is the front line in a fight for the nation's future, for its resources, and for its place in the world. The world sees a geopolitical crisis unfolding on their screens. But for Filipinos, this is a battle for survival, dignity, and the right to chart their own destiny. The stakes have never been higher. In these stormy seas, the courage of a nation is being tested, and the outcome will echo for generations to come. Beneath the shimmering waters of the Reed Bank lies a hidden prize, an immense cache of natural wealth with billions of barrels of oil waiting to be tapped. Alongside this oil, trillions of cubic feet of natural gas are locked beneath the ocean floor, forming one of Southeast Asia's most significant untapped energy reserves. If harnessed, these resources could power the Philippines for generations, lighting up cities, fueling industries, and ending the nation's costly dependence on imported energy. The economic impact would be nothing short of transformative, redirecting billions currently spent on foreign fuel to vital sectors like education, healthcare, and infrastructure, improving lives across the archipelago. Thousands of new jobs would be created, from engineers and rig workers to support staff, fueling industrial growth and boosting the Philippines' global competitiveness. Achieving energy independence would mean greater stability, shielding the nation from unpredictable global price shocks and the turmoil of conflicts in distant oil-producing regions. The Reed Bank is more than just a geological formation. It represents hope, a ticket to prosperity, and a promise of security for future generations of Filipinos. Gaining control over these resources would finally free the Philippines from the grip of energy dependency, allowing the nation to chart its own course. The sheer scale and value of these reserves explain the fierce and ongoing international dispute over this territory. For the Philippines, Reed Bank offers a path to first world status and national pride. For China, it's a strategic asset with immense geopolitical value. At its core, this conflict is about the energy that will power the future, energy that could shape the destiny of nations. The Reed Bank's treasure is the ultimate prize in this high-stakes game, a buried fortune that could change the fate of a nation. President Marcos Jr. has made energy independence a top priority for his administration, recognizing that the nation's future hinges on reliable and affordable power. He has repeatedly emphasized that true sovereignty cannot be achieved without control over the country's own energy resources. His administration is reviving and accelerating efforts to explore and develop untapped oil and gas reserves, with the resource-rich Reed Bank at the center of these ambitions. This area, long seen as a potential game-changer, is now a focal point for renewed national interest and investment. The Department of Energy is fast-tracking exploration projects, cutting through red tape and signaling to both local and international investors that the Philippines is open for business and ready to partner for progress. This urgent shift is driven by necessity. The Malampaya gas field, the nation's main domestic source of natural gas, is running dry after years of heavy reliance. Its decline threatens the stability of the country's energy supply. Without new sources, the country faces a future of costly fuel imports, rising electricity prices, and potential shortages that could impact millions of Filipino households and businesses. In response, the government is strengthening legal frameworks, offering more attractive terms to investors, and enhancing diplomatic and military capabilities to protect energy interests and ensure safe exploration. Marcos Jr. is also building international coalitions, forging new partnerships and alliances to support the Philippines' right to develop and benefit from its own resources while navigating complex regional dynamics. This marks a decisive break from the past, a bold move to secure the nation's future and empower Filipinos with energy security and economic opportunity. The push for energy sovereignty is both urgent and determined, reflecting a new sense of purpose and national resolve. The government is no longer a passive observer in the energy sector. It is now an active leader, shaping policy and driving innovation. The race is on to secure reliable energy before the lights go out, with every decision carrying weight for the country's future. The new dawn of energy sovereignty is here, promising a brighter, more secure future for every Filipino. The Reed Bank's potential has been known for decades, yet it remains untapped. Political indecision, legal hurdles, and relentless Chinese pressure have stalled progress. China's sweeping claims and maritime blockade have scared off investors and halted exploration. Domestic politics and shifting priorities led to inconsistent policies and missed opportunities. Negotiations with China often became delaying tactics while bureaucratic red tape slowed action. The result, a lost decade as energy security grew more precarious. Meanwhile, global markets shifted and neighbors advanced their own projects. The Reed Bank story is one of missed chances and growing urgency. Breaking this cycle is essential for the nation's future. The time for hesitation is over. For most Filipinos, the West Philippine Sea dispute feels distant, but its impact is felt daily. Heavy reliance on imported oil and coal leaves the economy vulnerable to global shocks. Every crisis abroad means higher prices at home, draining resources that could build the nation. High energy costs stifle businesses and limit growth. The environmental toll is severe. Coal imports fuel pollution and climate change. Reed Bank's natural gas offers a cleaner, more secure alternative. Energy dependence is a hidden tax on progress and a risk to national security. A major crisis could leave the country in the dark. The cost of inaction is measured in lost opportunities and diminished sovereignty. The Philippines must break free from this cycle. The price of dependence is simply too high. While the Philippines hesitated, neighbors like Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam forged ahead. Malaysia built a global energy giant Petronas, fueling rapid development. Indonesia became a major gas producer, overcoming logistical challenges to build a thriving industry. Vietnam, despite disputes with China, pushed forward with exploration and production. These nations managed risks and reaped the rewards of assertive development. Their success is a blueprint for what the Philippines could achieve. The contrast is stark. Others prospered while the Philippines watched from the sidelines. The difference lies in political will and strategic choices. The lesson is clear. Potential means nothing without action. It's time for the Philippines to seize its own fortune. In 2016, the Philippines won a landmark legal victory at The Hague, invalidating China's sweeping claims. The ruling affirmed Reed Bank as Philippine territory, providing a strong legal foundation for exploration. But China rejected the decision and doubled down on its presence. The Philippines held a title deed, but enforcement proved elusive. The previous administration downplayed the ruling, hoping for better ties with Beijing, an approach that failed. China's defiance only grew, further militarizing the region. Under Marcos Jr., the ruling is once again central to policy and diplomacy. The Philippines now uses it to rally international support for a rules-based order. The legal battle was won, but the real fight is on the water and in diplomatic halls. Turning legal victory into reality remains the challenge. The Philippines is strengthening alliances to counter growing threats. The U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty has been reaffirmed, with joint military exercises ramped up. Enhanced defense agreements give U.S. forces access to more bases, boosting deterrence. Japan has become a key partner, providing patrol vessels and advanced equipment. New trilateral partnerships with the US and Japan, and growing ties with Australia, the UK, and France, create a web of support. These alliances increase security and make it safer for energy companies to invest. International naval presence raises the cost of interference. The Philippines is no longer isolated, it's building strength in numbers. Security partnerships are crucial for tapping Reed Bank's wealth. The world is watching and support is growing. With allies, the Philippines can protect its future. The clock is ticking for the Philippines. The Malampaya gas field is running dry, threatening power shortages and soaring costs. Developing Reed Bank is urgent. Major projects take years to deliver results. Delays risk an energy crisis that could cripple the economy. The global shift to green energy means financing for fossil fuel projects is vanishing fast. The window to act is closing. The nation faces a choice: continued dependence and vulnerability, or energy, independence and prosperity. This is about more than economics. It's about national identity and control. The time for debate is over. The moment to act is now. The future of the Republic hangs in the balance. The Philippines must choose its destiny.